In this question, if you're going to be using your calculator built-in functions, the CF function, to evaluate the worth or the value of the net present value of this project, I think it's really important that you understand that the calculator is closely tied into your time diagram. And so here what I've got is a time diagram listing all the details. These are our cash outflows. So our outflows must be listed separately from our inflows, and you'll see that we've got three outflows: $3,230,000 initially, followed by $1.6 million at the end of 1 year and $450,000 at the end of 2 years. The cash in, or the return, is our $900,000 every year starting from the second year onwards for 9 years, for a period of 9 years, at the end of which the project will be sold for $4,850,000. So that is another inflow. So we're going to sell it at the end of that time period. So let's just say that we sell it at the end of that time period for $4,850,000. Now, what you're going to be entering into your calculator is $4,850,000. What you're going to be entering into your calculator is the net amounts. So we have this is a $3 million negative, and that's a negative $1.6 million at the end of year 1. However, at the end of year 2, we have a net inflow of $450,000. So we've got a net inflow of $450,000 because we take the difference between the income of $900 and the cost of $450,000. So that would be our amount for the end of year 2. And then we follow that with a period of 7 years of income or revenues of $900,000. So 7 years of revenues of $900,000, and we call that in the calculator, we call that the frequency. So frequency is equal to 7 years. And the last entry, the very last entry for the period at the end of year 10, is going to be 2 inflows of money. It's going to be $900,000 as our last year of revenue, plus the fact that we're going to sell it for $4.85 million, which gives us a total net income. So that total net income for the end of year 10 is $5,750,000. So there you have it. So now what we're going to do is make sure that we turn on our calculators, and we're going to enter in CF, and then we're going to press second clear work to make sure that we clear all of our registers. So make sure that you know where that is. So second clear work to clear the registers, and then we're ready to start entering in our initial value. So CFO is going to be negative $3,230,000, and that's going to be your CFO, your initial outflow, and you're going to make sure that you press the enter key when you do this, and then press the down arrow button. C01 is your cash outflow for the first period. So C01, and what you're going to be entering in here is minus $1,600,000. And make sure that you press the enter key as well. And then press the down arrow button one more time. F01 is the frequency. Remember that F is always going to be the frequency on this calculator. And how many times do we have this frequency of $1,600,000? Well, there's only one. So this is for one time. And make sure that, again, you press the enter key. And then press the down arrow button one more time. Once you've done that, now you're ready to enter in C02. And C02 is going to be, according to my time diagram, C02 is going to be this amount of $450,000. That's the cash flow at the end of year 2. So C02 is going to be an amount of $450,000, and it's positive as well because it's inflow, positive. Press the enter key and the down arrow button. The frequency 402. The frequency for this is equal to 1. And of course, the default setting is 1 for all of the frequencies, so you can just typically you can usually skip those if it's already a 1, or just press the down arrow key. If it's not 1, then make sure it is 1 in this case, and then press the down arrow key. Remember to hit the enter key every time you change a value. So now we're into C03. And what do we enter for C03? Well, if I go back to the time diagram, the 03 entry is going to be this $900,000. Now I'm ready to enter in the third entry of $900,000. In fact, the third entry of $900,000 is going to be carried on consistently for a total of 7 more years. So 900K for 7 more years. So that tells you something. So for the 03, we're going to be entering in $900,000. And press the enter button, followed by the down arrow key, and F03, the frequency that is associated with that $900,000, is equal to 7. So you're going to key in 7 and then press the enter key and down arrow. C04 will take us now to the period following the end of that 7th entry of $900,000. So if I go back to my time diagram, now I'm ready to enter in the C04 entry, and that C04 entry is $5,750,000. The difference, or the sum of the two inflows of money, because I'm going to be getting 900 that year plus the 4.85 million that year. So that's $5,750,000. So C04 will be $5,750,000, and it's positive because it's inflow. And I'm going to press the enter key and press the down arrow button, and F04 is also equal to 1. Press the enter key, and if you want the down arrow button, but again at this time there's no more income, there's no more outflow because we're done with this company. And now what we're going to do is we are ready to do some calculations. So we're going to press the NPV button, and the first item that comes up for NPV is I, and you're going to enter in the interest rate that you're going to be using, and that's going to be 12. So press 12 and enter. The interest rate is 12% effective. And at that point, you're going to press the down arrow button, and you will see on the display NPV, and you will press the compute, our favorite key. Press the compute button, CPT, and you should get the computed value of the net present value of this project.